Howdy, one of y'all know who it is. It's me, Yoshi the Pikachu X, and I'm back to a brand new series that started on my channel that I've actually wanted to do for a few days. Because I actually just discovered this, and I saw one video of it, and I'm actually reacting to that one that I saw. But I didn't hear most of it, I only saw the fight, and it's actually really good animation style. Smash Bracket, where they actually make the Smash Fighters fight to see who is canonically the strongest. In real life, who's the strongest fighter. And there's actually different outcomes, that kind of stuff. Like, there's alternate endings, so let's watch this. Yahoo! It's Link versus Ridley. Who's stronger? About to find out.
What would happen if you took one of Nintendo's most iconic heroes and matched them up against one of Nintendo's most devious villains? Welcome to Smash Bracket, a show dedicated to solving that exact question.
The rosters are
Each
pretty
playable character from
interesting
the Super
because
Smash Bros.
Mewtwo
Series was entered into
is
a
fighting
giant fighting
Sephiroth.
tournament, using them at the peak of their strength. Who would be victorious? The rules for this tournament are on screen right now, and there's a link in the description describing them in greater detail. But with all that out of the way, hit like and subscribe as we head into the first round of the Smash Bracket with Link versus Ridley. Let's go. Ridley has been a household name in large part due to his presence in the Super Smash Bros.
A little villager from Animal Crossing, and Ganondorf is basically the king of evil.
Smash Bros. Game in one form or another,
pretty obvious
except for the
win.
3DS version of Smash 4.
The king
Most
of evil,
of the time, making the cut only as a cameo.
And Rob versus
Lucina, over the years,
Rob's a toy.
Such a common name in the Smash speculation.
He's a literal toy, and they put him against Lucina as sword fighter.
Cutscenes or his boss fight in Brawl.
Is it not obvious who's gonna win?
Smash 4. He became almost a meme in the speculation scene due to his infamous
quote from Smash Bros. Director is actually to see, I think, Mario versus Mega Man. Mario, if they cut his Mario 37 feet of actually going into a black hole, that could scale him a little bit more, make him better. Because he can from a black hole like he did in that game.
Through keeping him as a boss, but that didn't stop the fan demand. He was talked about and requested for years.
Yes, Ridley was one for Smash, and they came in finally.
And finally, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, he finally got his wish and killed Mario. Oh, and became a playable character. His presence in Smash may have introduced him to a lot of people, but he's an incredible villain in his own right within the Metroid series. He's devious and cunning, and a lot of people like to cite the fact that he canonically killed Samus's mother, or his hyper-intelligence portrayed in his efforts through leading a space army of pirates. He's crafted a robot version of himself to demonstrate his intellect and ego, but he has also portrayed how far he'll go to win
on this,
by using some of those same
Ridley is
cybernetics
very strong and very smart.
Meta Ridley. He went even further after that.
But Link's got a lot of crap up his sleeve.
Powerful phase-on energy, turning himself into Omega Ridley. In a game that has a feeling of loneliness and coming from modest beginnings,
his mask destroyed in a Highland shield, which is nearly indestructible.
And showing the dark side of that
See, this is one of the few things that actually managed to take beams
from
the lead that vaporize every single Smash
but then they
fighter.
refine it into something that's legitimately terrifying and awesome. He's a purple space dragon genius cyborg who can also fly and shoot plasma lasers. But he's legitimately strong. And while he's had many appearances over the years, I thought it would be most fun to combine them into a single version of the character to see what he's capable of. He's tough enough to smash through stone, pierce through incredibly strong Chozo armor with his deadly tail, and he can augment his physical attack range with phase-on energy blades projecting from his claws. And we should talk about that tail though, because it's a favorite weapon of his. While he's incredibly fond of using it as a pogo stick, he can also do some serious damage with it. Like I said, he can cut through armor that's tough enough to take being smashed through a wall as if it were butter. Oh, and there was also that time that he pulled it from the ground hard enough to produce splinters of earth nearly as tall as Samus.
Versus
over 6 feet tall.
Banjo-Kazooie.
For my non-American viewers, that's just over 190 centimeters. He's also dexterous enough with his tail to quickly wrap it around an enemy, and he can project phase-on beams from it. But his real power comes from his breath weapon. He can fire kinetic plasma beams strong enough to turn hillsides into rubble. He can shoot fireballs strong enough to create shockwaves of residual fire, and he has a multi-missile system that shoots out insanely fast homing devices. If you ask me though, Ridley's real power doesn't lie in his strength, but in his speed and durability. Even without his insanely strong Omega armor, he's tanked explosions powerful enough to level a city. But when you add his enhancements into the equation, he can withstand just about everything. His powerful armor and phase-on enhances his skin and made him virtually untouchable by Samus's missiles and regular beams. She only ended up being able to hurt him by exposing a weak point on his chest. And Samus can generate some serious power, but Ridley just doesn't care. He's fast enough to flooded, or even an evil ruler taking over the land. The people of Hyrule try their very best to keep faith in something that will help them out. And more often than not, that something is Link. Something most fans will know but might not be obvious to casual observers of the series is that nearly every single Link that we see is a totally different person spanning across millennia. That leads me to my first difficult choice I have with the Smash Bracket series. Do I take a single iteration of Link for a battle, which would significantly hamper the character, or do I combine every iteration of Link into one conceptual character, which would significantly buff him? I ended up deciding on the latter for a few reasons. First off, we've played as 4 different versions of Link at a minimum within Smash Bros, and I wanted to be able to represent all of those, but I also just thought it would be more fun to do it this way. Link is the reborn hero of the goddess Hylia and has been reincarnated for thousands of years at this point. He's had over 20 different adventures by now, each one giving him new items and experience. His most iconic equipment over the years are probably his Master Sword and Hylian Shield. His shield reminds me very much of Vibranium from the Marvel Universe in the fact that it's nigh unbreakable and seems to be able to absorb momentum from attacks that would otherwise send Link flying. It can hold up to nearly everything, including strikes from this skeleton who's strong enough to shatter an entire bridge just by standing up. It's also been shown to withstand laser beams and strikes from beings that are way larger than Link himself. When it comes down to it, Link can also reflect projectiles with either a shield bash or his mirror shield. And he's even skilled enough to deflect insanely powerful attacks with nothing but a pop lid. As I mentioned, Link also wields the Master Sword, which was forged by the goddess Hylia to be carried by her hero throughout time. That said, most of the sword's feats are really hard to measure. I mean, how do I quantify shattering a barrier of darkness? That said, we have seen it do some measurable things, such as slicing through a giant octopus tentacle as if it was nothing, but most of its power seems to come from its ability to destroy evil, as well as its incredible durability. But apart from his main sword, Link also has access to a variety of other weapons. The Big Goron sword, for example, can deal even more damage than the Master Sword, and the Four Sword can allow Link to split himself into 4 separate entities. He also carries bombs with enough impact to destroy large rocks, some of which can be remotely detonated, as well as also carrying some weapons relying on his brute strength, like a hammer or his ball and chain. In case you haven't picked up on it, Link houses some serious versatility. Link's bow is a staple that travels with him throughout most of the series. Augmenting his normal, run-of-the-mill arrows, Link can also shoot ice arrows cold enough to freeze lava, fire arrows hot enough to stop a pseudo-blizzard, and light arrows that travel at incredible speeds and obliterate most of Link's enemies in a single shot, including doing some serious damage to Ganondorf himself. His most recent addition to his arsenal of arrows, though, are his ancient arrows, which are powerful enough to cause most enemies to disappear without a trace. Although they were made specifically to fight ancient Sheikah technology, these still pack a serious punch. And speaking of ancient Sheikah tech, I need to take a minute and talk about Link's Sheikah Slate. With this tablet, he can stop an enemy in time for a brief period while he attacks them using stasis, control metal with magnesis, freeze water with cryonis, create bombs, and also take selfies. He's also been given blessings from the spirits of his fallen allies, such as Mipha's Grace, which can revive him, or Urbosa's Fury, which unleashes a powerful lightning attack. Now, I could spend hours going into Link's other equipment, but they would mean very little without Link's incredible strength. He's strong enough to hold onto his hook shot as it pulls him throughout the sky without ripping his arms off, and with the help of his strength-augmenting golden gauntlets, he's strong enough to lift this giant pillar of stone and toss it casually above his head, which is far more difficult than just lifting and moving it. The real-life human record for throwing something in a similar fashion is 60 pounds, or around 27 kilograms.
That's a pretty big throw.
Link has been calculated by the Incredible Because Science channel to be lifting around 148,000 kilos, or around 326,000 pounds. But apart from just lifting force, Link packs a serious swing behind his sword. By calculating the distance an object travels after being hit in stasis, people much smarter than me over at that same channel have figured him to be hitting each swing with around 2 million newtons, or around 400,000 pounds of force, which is just around 181,000 kilos. That's more weight than an entire whale behind each swing. And normally, I think it would be good to see if this is an outlier of his strength. I mean, he obviously doesn't shatter a tree with a single hit like he would if he were actually hitting that way all the time. But he shows really similar feats of strength throughout the series. For example, he can also stop a raging Lionel dead in its tracks with a single swing of his shield without so much as taking a single step back. He just totally stops their momentum, which equates to a similar level of strength as what we've previously talked about. This puts Link in a similar strength class as Spider-Man, and he's no slouch when it comes to durability or speed either. He shrugged off being hit with boulders hard enough that the boulder shatters, and he's also survived an explosion capable of clearing an entire room of stone. He's fast enough to react to, and hit multiple times in a row, Thunderblight Ganon, who moves fast enough to leave an afterimage. Despite his name, we can assume that he isn't actually moving faster than the speed of sound, since he doesn't create a sonic boom when he moves, which puts a hard cap on his speed at 767 miles per hour, or about 1,234 kilometers per hour. It is worth noting, though, that Link doesn't have to hit Thunderblight Ganon when he's moving at this speed, because Thunderblight always pauses right before attacking. So this is a feat primarily for predicting and tracking a creature at high speed, rather than an objective measurement of Link's attack speed. But with all of that said and done for both characters, let's see the fight and figure out who will advance to the next round of the Smash
Who advances? You guys are gonna find it without you. Ooh, that's a big size difference. Legend of Booish. That's not gonna kill it. Ooh. Long shot. Sword into the back. Link wins.
And there we go! Ridley is incredibly strong and insanely durable, but Link is just operating on a different level. By nature of how this tournament is set up, with Link as a composite character, Ridley just didn't stand a chance. And even if we were to only use Breath of the Wild Link, there's a good chance that he would still outclass Ridley. Ridley's been shown to withstand missiles and plasma beams, but Link has the capacity to hit with enough power to level several buildings in just one swing. And while strength like this would normally seem like an outlier, there are just too many examples of a similar strength throughout The Legend of Zelda to ignore these feats. And even if we were generous to say that Link has nothing that could pierce through Ridley's armor, Link is an expert at identifying, exposing, and exploiting weak points on an enemy that would otherwise be impenetrable. Ridley is no pushover when it comes to his strength, speed, and durability, but it is nothing that Link hasn't dealt with before. Heck, even just looking at Twilight Princess, Link has dealt with a dragon who is a similar size to Ridley and beat it no issue. On the flip side, Link has a kit that Ridley just isn't equipped to deal with. His strength is huge and his arsenal of weapons is insane. Not to mention, Ridley just doesn't have much to answer his Sheikah runes or time-stopping stasis. In the end, under the rules of the Smash Bracket, I believe that Link takes this battle a majority of the time. Ridley is disqualified, and Link will be moving on to the next round of the Smash Bracket. Next time on the Smash Bracket.
Next is Mario vs. Mega Man. Here's the alternate ending of this one. Because the ending two ways, this one really wins the fight. Next is Mario vs. Mega Man.
Watch out!
And actually I reacted to Mario vs. Mega Man already, but I'm not gonna say the outcome. I'm a bit disappointed, but oh well. Because it was not like I thought it would happen. I've actually see up to Falcon versus Falco. Captain Falcon versus Falco is going to be interesting. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Bye!